Good morning and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with KetoSimple. This stream will be starting soon, so grab your coffee, get comfortable, and settle in. We're building a strong and supportive community, so say hello in the chat, ask questions, and feel free to use super chats. Thank you for being here and being a part of this journey. Let's keep it positive and respectful as we connect and grow together. I can't wait to get started. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday. So sit back. Hope you have your coffee. Relax. Hang out with me. Bucky Beaver's here. I now have two of these cups. Two of them. I have two of them. Isn't that exciting? I was in Tennessee this week, and on my way to Tennessee, I stopped at Buc-ee's and I grabbed another one. So here's to you, me, coffee, and that first sip of the morning. Good morning, everyone. I see this comment right here. I'm going to start right off the top. Even though it's not the first one, I have to start here. Andy, hello from a very sick Ohio citizen. Third time I'm sick, but I still need to hear my bestie. I love you, Dustin. Well, I love you too. I was looking for your live yesterday. You were not feeling good, so you didn't go live. So I'm hoping you're feeling better. I was battling some congestion and all things last week, and still have a little wheeziness going on, like, still wheezing a little bit here. But thank you for being here. I hope you are feeling better. I hope Susan's feeling better. I have some electrolytes here as well. We know what we have in here. Let's go ahead and see who all else is here. My brother the other day was asking me, he's like, how come you're always like a half hour behind? And I'm thinking like, well, it's easy when somebody gets here like a half hour before the show starts, Evelyn. I'm so glad you're here, Evelyn. Good morning, friends, she says. I'm super excited. She says, hello, Dustin and Rick. I don't see Rick. Am I missing something? Was Rick here? Or what's happening? United Carnivores in the house from Tampa Bay. Bonita is here. They're brewing their coffee. I have my coffee right here. Sound off in the comments if you saw Chris Cooking Nashville's video yesterday with moi in it. Yeah, so it's an interesting experience to film with Chris and Ash, and I'll go a little deeper into that in a little while. I want to talk about some other things first, but just want to make sure that you all are watching his content. He dropped that video. He dropped it like it's hot. Becky's here. Good morning, Becky. Happy Groundhog Day, and happy birthday to my amazing Weiss. Your amazing wife, Asa May. Am I saying that correctly? I hope so. I don't want to make mistakes here. Becky's asking, coffee, question mark? Who wouldn't have coffee besides Cindy? Chris is up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. Good morning, folks. I'm up early. Ash and the puppy are still asleep. I don't blame them because it's like 6:30 in the morning there. Yes, happy birthday to you. I won't sing the whole thing. That way it's a good birthday. Matt Franklin's in the house. Good morning, my friend. Happy magical morning, everyone, he says. Well, I am so glad you're here, Matt. I have missed your face. Glad you were here. I miss you when you're not here. I try to I think about people when they don't comment. Sometimes not necessarily during the chats, and then after the fact, I'm like, I didn't see so and so in here today. I didn't see Matt in here today. I didn't see, other people didn't show up, and I'm like, but I know you guys have lives, important things going on. And Becky's asking Chris if he checks his ketones, saying hello to Matt, asking anyone else if they check ketones. Chris says, Becky, we don't. We checked the ketones with urine strips when we first started a few years ago. Gave that up a month or two and never did it again. Well, we started the same way. So back in the good old days of 2016, we started with the ketone strips as well. And they only work for a little while. Just a little refresher on the ketone strips. If you are somebody new, just catching this in the replay, and you were curious about ketone strips pick up a chemical in the urine called acetoacetate. All right, and acetoacetate's what your body starts to produce in that kind of transitionary period from being a complete sugar burner and not being able to produce or burn ketones. So as you restrict carbohydrates, your body starts to produce acetoacetate on its path to being able to produce full-on beta hydroxybutyrate, which would be ketones. So the ketone strips aren't actually picking up ketones, they're picking up acetoacetate, which is a precursor. So if you've ever tried using them and you've gone into full fat adaptation, you'll notice that they no longer work. That is why. So if you're ever utilizing a ketone strip and you've been keto or carnivore for a while and you're wondering why it's coming up white and not coming up like a dark magenta, that's going to be why. So if you're full on in ketosis, you're not going to be able to utilize the strips. You'll have to use a blood ketone meter. There's a lot of different brands on the market. I am affiliated with BioCoach. I do have a link in my links. If you go to KetoSimple.shop, you can find a link for that. I never really talk about it because I don't use it all that often. I think it can be a helpful tool. I think that it can be a wonderful addition to what you have, but it's not something I would recommend utilizing daily unless you're doing an experiment. I typically will use them when I am fasting and such, but typically I don't really see the point in checking your ketones every day unless you're somebody who is doing a ketogenic lifestyle, trying to maintain a therapeutic ketone level, high level, like 5, 6, for something like epilepsy or other reasons where you're trying to keep those ketones extra high. So for the average person, just being in ketosis 0.2 to 0.5 to 1 on an average daily basis is going to be exactly the right spot for you. Anyway, our carnivore says, we'll tell his lovely wife that we all wished her happy birthday. Matt says, my wife occasionally checks her glucose and ketones, but not frequently. Carnivore K is in the house. Good morning. And John Gugahan is in the house. Good morning, Mr. Gugahan. How are you doing, my friend? People saying hello to Kay. Brian Doyle's in the house. How are you doing, my friend? I hope all is well with you. I hope you are continually seeing progress, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago. You had kind of stumbled on some things that were now working for you, and I hope they continue to work for you. So let us know in the comments how everything is going with you. People saying hello. People saying hello. Amy's in the house. Good morning, all my friends. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Truly glad to see you. Becky is doing laundry, drinking coffee, and chatting with us. Thank you for spending time with me. Well, thank you for being here with us. It is truly our pleasure to have you. Oh, Jeffafa is in the house. Good morning, Mr. Foltz. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, yeah, we hope Andy is getting better. Sean Bradley's in the house. Good morning, my friend. How are you doing, Sean? I hope you're doing fantastic. Don't forget to hit thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, I don't see how that would be a thing, but if you're not subscribed yet, please do so. That would appreciate that very much. I'm trying to get to 6,000 subscribers. I am currently not that far away. I'm much closer than I thought. But if you're curious of where I am as far as that subscriber count is concerned, my current subscriber count, I'm bringing up my information as we speak. Current subscriber count is 5,856. So less than 150 subscribers to go to we announce our giveaway. So at 6,000 subscribers, we'll announce a giveaway and we'll do some cool stuff. I'll reach out to some companies and see if maybe we can get some cool stuff to give away for you guys. I do have a Dash giant waffle maker because I am in possession of two because my lovely wife got me one and Andy, the amazing Andy, got me one as well for Christmas. And I truly appreciate all you guys do for me. But I don't need two. So one of you lucky folks is going to win one. Andy says, nope, it's still in my head and my chest. Susan is trying not to get it again. She's had it twice. Ugh. It just kind of keeps going round and round. The same thing that happens with us with the girl. Because she's a kindergartner, she goes to school with other kindergartners and they are foul. They don't understand germ theory. They don't really understand why we harp on them to wash their hands. They'll do it when we make them, but they're doing all kinds of stuff without washing their hands. It's gross. It's so gross. And they just kind of pass it all back and forth and they come home and like, here, Paul, have it too. And then I'm like, luckily I haven't been down and out with too much. Just some coughs and, Let's see. Ken is in the house. Ken Pattinson is in the house. Good morning, my friend. How are you and your lovely wife, Stacy? You guys are some of my favorite people on this planet. And Andy is thanking us all, even though we're not doing anything to make her feel better, except being goofy and loving and saying, feel better. Diane Bailey's in the house. Good morning, Miss Bailey. All right. So Rick was the first one here. So sometimes it's weird like that. Like if you get here too early, it won't show up. Because I've been first. Because sometimes I used to like to go into Neely's Wednesday morning live and be like, first. And then it wouldn't show up when they went live and I'd be all bummed out about it. But hey. It happens. It happens. Kay said it's a great video, that she loved it. Well, thank you. I'm glad. I didn't really do a whole lot. I just showed up and ate food, and it was glorious. It was interesting too, and I told Chris, and maybe some of you guys can back me up on this, that it would be kind of fascinating to see how Chris and Ash kind of a behind the scenes of how they film, because they do it in such a way that it's actually kind of like a well-oiled machine. Like they're just kind of like doing it and then then they're moving things around and they just get it done. And then what you see on camera is such a well orchestrated thing that, it seems like it takes them hours and hours and hours to film these videos. And really it doesn't take all that long. I mean, really it takes them long enough to make the preparations and wash the dishes to film it. There's not a whole lot of extra, not a lot of fluff involved. Now, I know that Chris takes a long time to edit his content, but you can tell, you can see the care he takes in his videos when you watch them, the coloring, the cuts, the transitions, all the stuff that he works very hard to put out a product that you guys will continually watch and enjoy. And I was greatly like just felt so welcome in their home. And again, we'll talk more about my trip to Nashville, Dickson, and everything here in a few minutes. I just want to get through some more of these comments. Let's see. Becky said not yet. Was working yesterday. We'll definitely check it out. Please do. It was fun video. Let's see. Been busy lately. I have missed the Sunday and Tuesday chats. I have noticed, my friend. Just want you to know that when you're not here, I do notice. And I do care about all of you guys. And when some of you guys who are here all the time don't show up, I worry. Like, has anybody seen our friend Danny Beach? Is he here? Is he are you listening, Danny? If you're listening, say hey. Jeff says, in my cup, coffee unadorned. That's a cool, like a black metal album, Coffee Unadorned. Mr. Gugahan says he checks his blood glucose and ketones most mornings. Now, are you keeping track of that, like a spreadsheet? Are you doing that for any particular reasoning? I mean, I just always kind of want to know people who do check it every day. Are you just trying to keep, kind of keep yourself in a specific place? I'm just curious. Amy says, I haven't watched it yet. Made a huge Sam's Club and grocery store haul. Lots of meat sales. Whoop, whoop. Ribeye steak on sale for $7.99. Bought all. Oh, my goodness. That's amazing. Everybody hit the thumbs up. Everly wishing Isam. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Isame. United Carnivore's wife for her birthday. His wife, yes. That is a great deal, Amy. 100%. Let's see. Brian says, I'm finally in GKI ketosis after 2.5 years of no ketones. Once I gave up all the artificial sweeteners in addition to sugars, I have ketones out the wazoo, finally making both weight and energy progress. Fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that, my friend. You were struggling for so long, and it's always wonderful to see somebody who truly cares find a path to success, and just hopefully it is a sustainable path as well. There's our ducky duck friend. Welcome, Rick. Darkwing Duck says hello. Let's see. Rabbit is here. Carnivorous Grandma says, good morning, friends. Love these Sunday morning lives. And I love you being here. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate it. I added a little bit of butter to my coffee today. Normally it's just heavy cream, but I added a little bit of butter. We're doing triple B&E. Started yesterday. I guess I can go into that a little bit as well here in a few minutes once we kind of get through some of these comments. People saying hello to each other, all the things. I can only subscribe once. That's like, my only regret for I can only subscribe once. Evelyn said, a sick kid at school spit in my face. Guess what? I'm sick now. Was it like on purpose, or was it like, I need some details here. Like, that's some messed up stuff. Like, hopefully they didn't do it on purpose. Or on a porpoise. That would have been cool too. Like if there's just random porpoises at your school. Carl says, coffee started. Hello, my friend. Welcome, Mr. Carl. So there will be a crossbow giveaway? No, I think the laws of interstate transfer of those types of things make it far more complicated than it would need to be to give away a crossbow, and they're expensive. And yeah, I don't think that's going to be something that actually happens at all. John says, thanks for reminding me. I have clothes in the dryer I need to go get and fold. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Andy says, I haven't had coffee since Thursday. Oh, the misery, the scandal. Oh, my goodness, that's awful. Oh, I don't want to go without coffee. Shirley B's in the house. Good morning, Shirley. Morning, y'all, from Florida. Well, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here to join us today. Ron's Keto Cafe is in the house. Hello, everyone. Happy Groundhog Day. So what's the over-under on Puxatawny Phil seeing his shadow and there being more winter, whatever it is? I don't hate winter. I like winter as long as it's not in and I know there's always a caveat. It's like people like I like summer as long as it's not 110 degrees and 90% humidity. I like wintertime. We need it. I need some like winter's a good reset. It's a time of year I don't have to mow the grass, and I'm totally here for it. And maybe I have to shovel the snow some, but I had to do that a couple of times. So yeah. Let's see. Matt says Sarah is still trying to get to 1,000 subs. Been a long, slow climb. Still have 325 to go. Well, please, please, please put Sarah's information in the chat, along with anybody else who wants their link shared, so we can make sure that they get the subscribers that they need. But be sure, if you are going to subscribe to someone's channel, make sure that you are going to interact with their channel and watch their content. It's one of the things is just having empty subscribers doesn't do us a lot of good. If you're going to subscribe, be sure to watch. Yeah. Rix thinks that YouTube hates him. I don't think that that's necessarily the case. YouTube has just changed and continues to change, and you have to pay attention to those changes and make content accordingly. So Becky says, has anyone has issues with hair loss? It's a cyclical thing for me. My joints are not inflamed. Weight loss stalls. Hair is shedding. What's happening? My understanding with that is it's a stress thing. So like your body's kind of going through the stress. And then I think it could be like a collagen issue. And there are smarter people than me out there. I know that on the last Wednesday live, Neely's live on Wednesday. They discussed this. I don't know if they talked about a solution or what really is the cause, but go and check out that live. It's about an hour long. It's probably somewhere in the middle. And I know that there are lots and lots of ways and lots of people out there who have a lot of information on this. That's not something that if I knew about hair loss and how to make that go, I would probably be in a different situation than I am at currently. But yeah. But joints aren't inflamed, weight loss stalls, or anything like that. Hair is shedding. What's happening? I don't know. Could just be stress. Stress is a hell of a thing. Amy says, question. During my 30-day triple B&E, my glucose averaged 135. That seemed high with triple B&E. I just received Keto Mojo and ketones 8.8. I don't know what that means. Let's see. 8.8 seems kind of high. I don't think I've ever had ketones that high, even when fasting. Let's see. I'm not sure. Maybe anytime we're dealing with glucose and you're doing like a triple B&E or a carnivore, maybe pull back the reins on some of the protein and up the fat some. That's what I would do if I was having these issues. Not saying that that's something that you should do. That is definitely not advice. But that would be something that I would definitely look into and maybe something that I might try. Pull back on some of the protein and up the fat. Now, I'm not sure about the ketones being 8.8. That is high, but not, I don't know. And you're not a type 1 diabetic, are you? Shirley B says, keto 4 years this morning, age 69, wanting some keto biscotti. Chris, Cooking Nashville. Hint, hint. I feel you. Keto biscotti would be amazing. And I think that would be a good keto chow flavor. Like cookie butter flavor. Because, obviously they couldn't use biscotti because of a copyright and all that stuff. And unless they did some kind of, unless they were able to do some kind of collaboration, which seems unlikely. But like a cookie butter flavor keto chow would be awesome. Would probably make making something keto biscotti a little easier for someone like Mr. Chris. Andy says, I'm loaded up on meds. Now I can listen again. Sugar-free lozenges from my throat, and Susan made me Steak bites. I made the 12 egg chocolate keto chow pudding, so the protein is getting in. Well, that sounds amazing. Hope you're all toasty in a blankie and getting all snuggled up and relaxed and listening to the sound of my voice, just relaxing and welcome to Sunday morning keto and Sunday morning coffee. Karen is here. Good morning, Karen. Low carb spin. Good morning, Dustin, and all in the chat. Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. Rick says, I miss your Tuesday chat since the keto cookout was moved to 8:30. Yeah, we didn't have one this week because I was in Dickson, Tennessee on Tuesday, but we will be moving our chats. We'll be having a chat Tuesday at 8 o'clock again. So yeah. Yeah, I know. I miss being. I would love to be able to be involved in those chats more often. I know that Russ loves it when I show up, and I love hanging out with Russ. Russ is one of my favorite people. I just wish there was more time, but like Tuesdays are packed tight. And he says I have to catch up on Chris's videos. Being sick, I slept a lot. I understand. I feel you so much. One of the funny things is I was sleeping in Chris's office on an air mattress, and he's got a blackout curtain in there. And I was asleep, and I kept waking up, and it was still dark. So I'm like, okay. I just kept rolling back over and going back to sleep. And I rolled over and realized it was like 9:30, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Karen says, healthy wishes being sent to all those not feeling well. I understand. Awesome. Awesome. He said, yes, pronounced Isame. Perfect. That's the one thing is I don't want to mispronounce somebody's name. I mean, I live with Chandra and everybody calls her, so people call her Chandra, Chandra. My grandmother called her Sharna for a while. So I understand, and I get called, and I don't care, but I've been called Justin and all those things. It's okay. But I understand that it is kind of frustrating sometimes when people call you by the wrong name. I'm planning to do this the easiest way possible. What are you planning for Triple B&E? Like right now, we've got like 15 dozen eggs in the fridge. I got a new egg cooker thing that I've got. I don't know if I'll do an unboxing video or not on it. It's just one of the Dash dozen egg, like a cooker that cooks a dozen eggs by Dash. Yeah, I got another kitchen appliance, and I came out unscathed, thankfully, but it was only $20 from Costco. But I'm probably gonna. Because I have the 7 count one right now that like the nostalgia brand, like the one that I gave to Lynn for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. So yeah, yeah. So basically just eggs. I like yesterday I had some beef and eggs, and then I had more eggs, and I had some bacon, and then I had some boiled eggs, and then I had some butter. A lot of butter in my scrambled eggs, and I've had electrolytes. I've got some more electrolytes here, some more salty right here, salty electrolytes. I've been not necessarily thirsty, but I've been feeling like I need the electrolytes. I've been trying to drink more electrolytes. And if you want to get some salty, I happen to be an affiliate. So if you buy them from my link down at KetoSimple.shop, you get a discount. I get a kickback. We all win. It's a win-win-win. And they have great flavors. They have unsalted. And they have keto chow. Everybody loves keto chow. John says, I track it in a spreadsheet. I am trying to get my sugar down and ketones up a la Dr. Boz. Well, that's great. It's always good to have goals and a way to reach them. Let's see. United Carnivores congratulating Rick. Congrats on your very informative and successful Saturday AM live streams. Keep up the great work. Thank you for being you. I promote you and your channel to everyone. Well, that is fantastic. I love that. I'm always trying to promote channels that I know. I'm always looking for new channels, commenting on videos of new channels. If you haven't seen, there is a 16-year-old carnivore. His name is it's Caleb, isn't it? Or am I saying his name wrong? Um, Caleb's Carnivore Quest. 16 years old. We need to get his link in the chat, and he's doing great. He was just on Friday night with Cindy. Super articulate young man. Just if he can continue making YouTube videos, I think he's going to do some awesome stuff. I think he's going to be an inspiration to a lot of people, and hopefully he can. It was somebody said in the chat Friday night. I think might have been Charlie. Darth Carnivore said he's bringing down the net age of all of us because, and I'm 45 and I'm on the younger side of this community, and so somebody who's 16 is some fresh blood, and we really can use that. I mean, we really can. We really need to reach the younger side of people and try to catch a lot of people before they get their metabolic health all jacked up. If we can get people on board early and they're kind of not behind the 8 ball and they can kind of just get in and then remain healthy or get healthier than they already were, and they're not coming and trying to lose hundreds of pounds and trying to overcome all these health issues, then I think we could win. We can get ahead of this thing because there's so many people out there who need our help, and we need all the help we can get, like people like Caleb and all of you wonderful people in this chats. But it's going to take some fresh young blood out there to really help us. You know what I mean? We got to draw on the youngsters, the whippersnappers. John says, I followed her protocol a couple years ago and had my best success on my journey. Well, that's wonderful. She was at Keto Palooza this last year. I didn't get a chance to watch her talk. So much going on. Let's see. Evelyn says, yes, it was on purpose. Rude. He was spitting out something he had picked up off the floor and put it in his mouth. He was angry that I asked him to spit it out, so he spit it on me. Oh, that is rough. I'm so sorry, Evelyn. There we go, right there. There is Sarah's channel. Fantastic. Robin is subscribed. Fantastic. Becky with her second cup of Joe coffee. I love it. Karen is subscribed. There's Low Carb Spin right there. Be sure to subscribe to her. Carnivorous Grandma. I love it. Karen is in the house. Karen Harrington's in the house. Good morning, Karen. Thank you so much for joining us. Michael's United Carnivore channel, 100% fantastic. Thank you so much. There, I love all the sharing and caring. Yeah, 8.8 is wild. I've never had that much. I've gone, I think, maybe 6, maybe 7. But that's like fasting for like 14 days. Andy's channel. Yeah, maybe there needs to be some calibration to the Keto Mojo. That might be off. I would say read and see if there's any calibration, if there's any cleaning it out before kind of going along with that. And we got all these new channels in here. Ron's Keto Cafe, Carnivore K. Let's see. All the different channels in here. Chris Cooking Nashville. And then there's Neely's Live with some of the hair loss stuff in there. Fantastic. Yeah, so many live streams. You can't make them all. I try to make them and it just can't. Man, like I try to watch a live and I get to doing something and I'm moving and doing things and it's like, oh, but it is nice too because it was nice on my watch. So just to kind of get an idea of what was going on with me, on Monday I left to go to Nashville to hang out with Chris and Ash. And on my way, I got started on my trip and they were live. So I listened to about 2 hours of their live while I was driving. And then when that live was done, I started listening to a podcast on Spotify with Nick Norwitz. Now, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Nick Norwitz. He's very sciencey, very gets into the weeds. He's a PhD in process of getting his MD. So he's already a PhD doctor, and he's on his way to getting his medical doctorate. I think he got his PhD from Oxford. Now he's on his way to getting his MD from Harvard. So dude is that's like the gold standard of smart, right? You know what I mean? You think you went to Oxford and Harvard? I have a friend who's in Oxford right now, I think. I got a friend who's teaching at Oxford right now. That I went to high school with. So, you know, that's pretty cool too. But yeah, Nick Norwitz, he's the guy that works with Dave Feldman on cholesterol, and he also did the experiment where he found out that eating Oreos lowers your cholesterol better than a statin. He was also very open to the fact that it could be just about any kind of carbohydrate. Didn't necessarily need to be Oreo, but Oreo was he used that for variety, like, you know, to make it viral, because he saw people. He was, you can eat Oreos and lower your cholesterol. It was going to get people to click, and that's what it did. This podcast was 5 hours. Man, it is kind of exhausting sometimes because the way they articulate their points, because they want to make sure they're making their point in a way that it can't be misrepresented or misconstrued later on by somebody else. So they're very, very, very careful in the way they talk, which can be exhausting to listen to. But I digress. Fantastic drive. Stopped at Buc-ee's because you have to. Got gas. Went to the restroom. You know how you do. And then I made it to Chris and Ash's house. And it was surreal kind of being at their house and kind of seeing, you know, where they film and where they live. And, you know, it's just, you know, like when you kind of know somebody, like we did meet at KPL, which is kind of like neutral ground. It's not my place, not their place. It's just a place. And then, you know, when you go to somebody, like, you know, you've seen something on TV, or you've seen something in, like, anybody that get a chance to come to this office, all you see is what you see. There's so much more here, but it's just like, you'd be like, ugh. You know, it's just not what you would expect. Like cords and stuff everywhere, and cameras and monitors and TVs and all this stuff, and a chair, and I got soda cans and stuff in here, and it's just, it could use a good cleaning. I just haven't done it. You know what I mean? It's my space. This is my room, my space. It is gross, but I'm gross. What are you going to do? But anyway, yeah. All right. She says, John, she'll try to calibrate. No, not diabetic. Okay. Andy texted me a picture. Let me see that. She's cuddled up on the couch with her blankie. That's what I want to see. That's what I want. I want people enjoying themselves, relaxing, having a good time on Sunday. Sundays are for rest. Karen says, I enjoyed watching you and Chris. So much fun to be his taste tester with Ash. Yeah. It's definitely interesting. It's surreal. It's also strange to be on the other side of the camera. I love it. I don't think so, but you never know. Mana. Egg cups are really good for triple B&E, Dustin. I'll send you the recipe. They're really easy to make. Yeah. I mean, I'm probably going to try, by the time I'll probably be trying to find new things to do. Probably have fried eggs and boiled eggs and scrambled eggs, and that's about it. Eggs. And then, I mean, I probably have some burger patties, but I've been buying like chuck roast and cutting it real thin, and then cutting it up and putting it in kind of reheating it in butter. You know, lots of butter. I've got like 12 or 15 pounds of butter in the fridge right now, so I know we can go through as much butter as we need to for triple B&E. Yeah. Yeah, Evelyn, thank you so much for posting all the links. That's amazing. Rick has no interest in a chow. Okay. Yeah, egg cups. They really the prep reheat in the moment. Yeah. Yeah, Caleb's Carnivore Quest. Yeah, there we go. There's Caleb's channel. He's at like 100 and something. I'm not sure where he's at right now, but I think it's a great that he is doing what he's doing. And I'm glad that he's getting the recognition because I even saw one of his videos, like Bella commented on his video, Steak and Butter Gal. So he's at least on her radar. That's really cool. I think that's cool. I reached out to he's got 171 subscribers. He's got one full-length video and a couple of shorts. So that's cool. It's two shorts and a full-length video. So he's well on his way. 4 videos. And he's got his first ever live stream with Cindy. So go give that a listen. Go give that a watch. That'll be fun for everybody. If you haven't seen it already. I think it's fantastic. And I did reach out to Dave Mack. Dave Mack will surely scoop him up and have him on. I think that'll do a wonderful thing for Mr. Caleb here. Getting on Dave Mack. Dave Mack has a wonderful platform. If you're not familiar with Dave Mack, he talks with lots and lots and lots of carnivore people. He does like 8 interviews a day. It's crazy. And he's super nice too. I was on his channel. Let's see if I can find me on his channel. I don't know if I'll be able to find him or not. Let's see. He does so many. It was like a year ago now, I think, that I did it. I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling. He puts out so many videos. Oh my goodness. But I have to hand it to him. He's doing a wonderful thing. He's getting so many people recognition, so many stories. You can't argue the fact that this lifestyle, carnivore keto, doesn't do wonders for so many people. I'll find it here eventually. I know it's here somewhere. I know this is boring. There we go. 7 months ago I was on. So this is my episode with Dave Mack. And Rick said that Cindy was nice enough to come on. That's really fun. That's awesome. Like me, he started carnivore at age 15. I just hope he doesn't turn out to be the rest like you, Rick. I only need one person trying to steal all the ducks out of the canal. Let's see. Yeah. Fresh blood fresh blood is right. Stacy's finally here. Good morning, my lovely and not so lovely friends. That's me. I'm not so lovely. Oh, actual age or mental age? Mental age, I think you're right there with I mean, yeah. I'm probably like 12. I'm probably more like a 12 person. Good morning, Julie. Good morning. I'm going to listen while I sleep my last hour and watch the replay. Well, thank you. Barbara Castor's in the house. Good morning, Barbara. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Bride's Biscuits in the house. Emma the Carnivore has a cool channel. The youngsters coming up in the carnivore space. I'm not familiar with Emma the Carnivore, but we need to get that channel out there so we can see if we have somebody who is. Let me look that channel up. Emma the Carnivore. Emma the Carnivore. 9,000 subscribers. She seems young. I know there's another lady. There's another younger. She's like 18 or something like that. I can't think of what she's new and in the carnivore space, does a lot of shorts. But I don't really know who. I can't remember her name. There's just so many. They come there, and they just so much. I think it's interesting how many of us have cats. Yeah, indeed. Ron's Keto Cafe says, "You're right. I'm back to work. It's hard to catch live streams. Yeah, hopefully, maybe listen while you work. That would be at least something to do. Sunday Chronicles in the house, waving hello. Well, hello. I'm glad you are here. I hope you are enjoying your Sunday. If you are out and about, I hope you are being safe. I have to comment on Nick's channel a lot. Do you like Nick's channel? Do you like Nick Norwitz? I'm curious to see what you think, Rick. Because this doesn't tell me much. This makes me think you may not like him. Let's see. Ron says, I'm down 10 pounds in the new year, back on track. The goal is to get to Wonderland. I agree. I would like to get to 250. I got close to 250, and then the pandemic happened, and then off track I went. But I never really went off the rails. Just not as clean and consistent as I want it to be. I've never gone off the rails, which I'm very thankful for. And I attribute that to all of you wonderful people, me not going off the rails. Being here, keeping my commitment to you, to doing live streams and putting out content. Let's see. One thing that I am going to be working on when it comes to new content moving forward, I want to simplify information. Let me know what information you would like to see simplified. I think a lot of times we are getting information, and we have people like Nick Norwitz who come out and they give these in-depth scientific explanations, but it doesn't always help the average person. So kind of give me an understanding of what you would like to know, what information you would like. And I hate to say like dumb down information, but I mean just everyday talk about information that people understand. Because there's, you can listen to things and I can digest them, but then it's hard to go back and articulate that same thing back to somebody else. So, but just kind of let me know what it is you would like to see. Let's see. My cat has succeeded in spreading my trash can all over the floor. Well, they have work to do. Let's see. Rick says there's one house. I'm sure there's more than one house, Rick, and yours is just one on the list. Well, Robin, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Have fun today. Be safe, and we'll see you soon, dear. Enjoy your church. Barbara says KPL is where I met Chris and Ash. Did we meet at KPL? I was there. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm already thinking about the next road trip down there to try some new stuff because there's going to be. So, one of the reasons that I went down to Tennessee, not only to hang out with Chris, but I mean, it was kind of try to get as much as I can, try to do as much. You try to if I'm driving 5 hours, spending a couple of days down somewhere, I want to make sure that I'm kind of getting the most out of the trip. So, I mean, I obviously went to Buc-ee's, hung out with Chris. We did recipe video. We had a lot of conversations, a lot of planning for the future for my channel, their channel, just a lot of discussion about YouTube in general. A lot of great conversation discussions about a lot of stuff, and which I think is extremely valuable. And then we also went to Dickson because Amanda Decker put on a Q&A at the Dickson like community center type thing. It's like attached to the library. So it was like a room, like a conference room, and Dr. Barry and Amanda answered and fielded questions. And Neisha was there, and she was running the live chat on their Mighty Networks channel. And Amanda also had the live stream on her channel. So if you want to go back and watch that, if you're not in Dr. Barry's Mighty Networks, you need to go over to YouTube, find Amanda Decker, which is Deckerless Carbs or Carbless Decker or something like that. If you go back on my community tab, you'll find I shared that out. So you can go back and watch the replay. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Poach eggs and butter. I haven't tried that. I need to try that. We are back to good health, says Stacy. Thank you. We are still a bit tired out. You know what? It's just one of those things. Trivia. Who was Dave Mack's first interview? I have to look that up because I have no idea. But I can probably find it. Let's see. It looks like you, Rick. That might have been you, Rick. Way to go, buddy. Dustin, woo! Caleb wants to go on a iguana hunt. Oh, Emma is Carrie's daughter. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Quacked is right, my friend. Quacked is right. Yeah, he is kind of short, right? Stay off the rails. You don't want to be there when the train comes. I want information on the best iguana hunting spots. I mean, where you are is probably better than where I'm at. Let's see. Is there a way to see the chat on a replay so you can go back to links? Yes. So if you are looking on like your phone, if you're looking on your phone on a video on a live stream, if they haven't edited it And if they haven't edited the video at all, the live chat should still be there. That's one reason I just leave them as they are. I don't edit them down or anything like that. You just like swipe over. Like there's like the normal chat when a video goes into replay mode. You can just swipe it over and you should be able to find the live chat. And it usually goes as like you're watching the video. I love Chris and his imitation duck food. And that's one of the things that I mean, like I was on the fence. I wasn't really kind of convinced that I would like the mashed potatoes. And then he gave them to me and they were just phenomenal. Like the texture, the flavor, everything was spot on. And it's incredible. I mean, like legitimately incredible. Like I don't understand how he did it. And then the crackers were fantastic. The waffles, everything was so good. It's crazy. Barbara says, we did not. I keep kicking myself for not. However, I am looking forward to meeting you in Elkhart on 4-1. Some more of your lovely people. Yeah. So that is happening. That is confirmed. I did send over two different images to Chris to put up onto lowcarbevents.com. So we'll see how that goes. Chandra should be coming with me as long as everything goes according to plan. So some of you will get to meet her for the first time. She doesn't get a chance to go to most of the meetups because they're on the weekends and she works every weekend. So yeah. Have a good one, Mr. Gugahan. I truly appreciate you. Have an awesome day. Be safe, and we'll see you soon, friend. Amy says, finish Triple B&E down 9.2 pounds and 5.5 inches. It was hard, but not as hard as I was expecting. This morning, coffee with keto chow mocha as creamer. Yum, finally back. Finally, no black coffee. I'm still having cream in my coffee for Triple B&E. I'm trying to make this sustainable. And for me, if I'm going to go, because I don't necessarily want to end at the end of February with Triple B&E. I just kind of want to go and just kind of get myself into a routine. And then as I go, I can add in more, maybe add in chicken and stuff later on. But this is more of a reset for me, kind of getting myself more consistent. And for me, coffee and cream is if without coffee and cream, I'm just going to hate life. And if I'm upset to get the day started, it's going to be harder to keep the day going. So, I mean, that's how I look at it. And I mean, we get to make our own rules. Yeah, you should be able to see chat on the replay, just comments bar and switch to the chat. On a computer, there's a link to see the chat box. I never liked duck food, but I wonder if I would like Chris food. I mean, there's just hop on your bike, pedal to Nashville, and see what happens. Chris says, glad you enjoyed everything so much, Dustin. We had a blast. Yeah, I mean, just hospitality at its finest. That Southern hospitality, that Southern charm, laughing, having a good time, just making fun of stuff, petting the dog, lots of dog cuddles, lots of dog pets. Once eggs become affordable again, I have a list of recipes I'm going to try. I don't know. I didn't think once prices go up, they don't always come back down to a reasonable price. Like I don't think we'll ever see 49 or 59 cent dozen eggs again. Sean says the best thing about Chris's recipe is that you don't have to feel guilty about eating the whole batch. All the taste and none of the guilt. That's a catchphrase for y'all. Yeah. And he says I added heavy whipping cream back into my coffee about 3 weeks in. Yeah, for sure. If I'm going to be, for me, the whole thing is sustainability. And if I'm limiting my food to beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, I know cream doesn't fall on that, and coffee probably shouldn't fall on that either. But I have to have my coffee and my cream if I mean, I just don't want to start the day off in a bad mood. I mean, to be realistic, I could do it. I've gone like hundreds of days without coffee. I did not enjoy it. It's not something that I wish to repeat. Let's see. I can get my duck food eating friends interested in going. That's the thing. Casting a wide net. That's one thing I want a lot of people to understand is if you are a person who's living a carnivore lifestyle or a keto lifestyle or whatever lifestyle it is, and you're eating it as clean as you possibly can, that's amazing. And if that's sustainable for you, keep it up. But how do we get the majority of people to follow us? The chances of us getting millions of people to just eat meat is very slim, especially coming out of hundreds of years, like, 100 years or better of having anything and everything we want, highly palatable foods, any kind of, there's always new sweets coming out. There's always new taste creations. There's bakeries, cakes, cookies, ice creams, different types of macaroni and cheese. There's just all these things that are on the market that people aren't going to want to give up. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take understanding. And it's going to take us understanding that the world didn't get this way overnight. It's taken 150, 200 years for the world to kind of shift from a whole food, predominantly meat-based diet for the majority of civilization to what we are today. Now, whether it was by design, a weird accident, just profits, whatever it is, you can put your tinfoil hat on, whatever you want to do. But we have to look at it that reversing it isn't going to be it's not going to be tomorrow. And you can ban sodas and you can ban junk food and you can ban cartoons on the front of cereals and all these things, but that's not going to make a difference. I mean, it's just not the way to go about it. You can't just ban your way into good health because you're going to have people who are going to resist it. Oh, I can't have it. That means it's going to make them want it even more. I think education and just getting the understanding out there for people to know what is what and that they have been misled for a long time. But it is easier to fool someone than to get them to realize that they've been fooled. So it's going to take a while. It's going to take us a lot of effort. We've got a lot of work to do. Just check my lives. The chat is still there. Me talking at 2x is funny though. Yeah, as long as you don't edit it once it's up and running. I mean, you can go into your YouTube Studio and go. There's an editor in YouTube Studio, and you can cut something out. Like if there's like a big pause at the beginning or whatever, you can go in and edit those things out. But as soon as you make any kind of cuts or edits, the chat goes away. Unfortunately. Amy says, that's one thing that I like about this way of eating the community. We do it our own way and it's okay. Yeah, 100%. Lindy's here. Paleo Barbie does keto is here. Fantastic. I'm glad to see you, Lindy. If it wasn't for the keto community, I wouldn't be in other communities that came with it. Yeah, 100%. Sean's asking Matt if he's still thinking about doing the RV maintenance program. That sounds like fun. Oh, my goodness gracious. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Cindy decided to mosey on in an hour into the stream. That's cool. Well, welcome. She says, sorry I'm late, but I don't believe her. I don't think she's sorry at all. I think she's like, ha ha ha, suckers. But we love you, Cindy, and I'm glad you were here anyway, late as you may be, and no coffee. Rude. Matt says yes, I am, but it's on hold till next year. I have to get through the year first. Yeah, fantastic. I'm glad to see that there is some plans in the work for you to do some cool stuff. Everybody's saying good morning to Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Better late than never. Just calling me a brat. It's like she knows me. I love it. You know, I'm trying to think. The Q&A was really cool in Dickson. I think it went really fast. It was like an hour and a half. Um, they have a hard out at 8 o'clock. So like if everybody isn't out of the building by 8 o'clock, then like they won't let them come back. And I was like, well, that's kind of messed up. But you know, I mean, I get it. They want to go home. They want to do their thing or whatever. But and they're going to be doing it quarterly. So I know Dickson isn't close to most people. I mean, it's like 6 hours for me, but I don't know if I'll be going quarterly, maybe twice a year, maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't mind going back to low carb for better health, but we'll have to see how that goes. There is no KPL this year. So we'll have to see how things go. Let's see. Cindy says, "Hey, at least I showed up. My husband has been awake since 6:30 and hasn't shown up here yet." Well, you know, I mean, Brian is a busy man. He's important. He's busy, and he deals with you. So I'll cut him some slack. I am sure he'll show up eventually. Chris Cooking Nashville said the Q&A was great, but time flies when you're having fun. Dr. Barry and Amanda have great info and answers. Yes, and it was good because there's people who had like female generated, female questions that it was good that Amanda was there to field, where Dr. Barry may not have been so comfortable fielding those. I'm sure he knows the answers, but it might be nicer to hear from a woman, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing, you know? I just want to hear the best answer. I don't care who it comes from. That is so much BS. What do you want from me, lady? Oh, let's see. Brian got an early start in the wood shop. He probably is. Well, anyway, hi, Brian. If you can hear me, I say hello, my friend. I hope you're enjoying your coffee. The truth. We used the waffle maker last night and made keto chow blueberry waffles with real blueberries. With real blueberries. It was yummy. I can't talk. How are you? He's at his computer right next to me doing a jigsaw puzzle. Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's see. Matt says, if all goes well in the next year and a half, I will have a 3D print space, a woodworking space, and a studio for Sarah. Well, that's a fantastic goal. I would love that. What do you mean, Cindy? Chris, I don't know how you put up with him. I'm nice to him. I'm nice to him and Ash. It's only you that I'm not nice to, Cindy. Everybody knows that. Don't worry, Cindy. I cut all the snarky stuff. Oh, you didn't leave the stuff I said about Cindy into the video. I just noticed that. Oh my goodness. I forgot all about that part. I guess she'll never know. I guess she'll never know. Brian, my good friend, Mr. Guinea Pig, is here. He says, "Hi, everyone. Second cup of coffee. That sounds delicious. I like coffee." Chris, you're hilarious. He is funny. Mm. I'll have to send her the extra scenes. Yeah. Karen says, "I'm still hanging with you. Been getting ready for church now. A little bacon and coffee. That sounds fantastic. I've got some bacon in the fridge. I made 2 pounds of bacon last night. Ate some. I just love my bacon nice and crispy, and enjoyed eating that last night. I got to be careful with the bacon because it's easy to kind of burn yourself out on bacon. You know, it's easy to burn yourself out on bacon. Blooper reel, that is fun. Yes. When am I going to make the mashed potatoes? I got to look at the ingredients list and see what I have to order because there's a lot of stuff in there to order. A lot of stuff to order for those mashed potatoes. I don't think I have anything outside of the eggs. And I don't think I even have mozzarella cheese. It'll have to be when I'm done with Triple B&E. And will my Ninja blender actually do it right? Or will I have to use like an immersion blender? I don't know. Not all coffee is bad. If you frou-frou it up enough, you don't even taste the coffee. Like Starbucks. Did hers and the Ninja. Okay. All right. Need more coffee. I get to. I mean, it's just. I guess there's just something about bacon. I love bacon, but I can just eat too much of it. Then I'm just like meh. And Shannon can't eat it very much because it gives her heartburn. All hyped up on meds. Better watch out, Chip. I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew. Come at you like a spider monkey. Lindy says, "I'm making the mashed potatoes this week." I mean, I was like literally, like, I was seriously shocked with how good they are. Because, you know, I've had just about every other kind of mashed potato, you know, cauliflower and all that stuff over the years. And, you know, they get close. You know, I mean, you get the texture, but not really the flavor. And you got to get used to that. But then when like you get that and there's like the flavors and the textures all hit you, you're like, what? So I get it. I get it why Chris is a household name in our community. You know, I get it. I understand. I like a little. I usually cook 2 pounds at the same time, so 2 trays in the oven, and so one will usually get a little more crispy than the other, and I'm okay with that. So it gives me a variety. I get a little bit of like crispy, and then some are kind of burnt. I'm okay with that. But I want to go ahead and say, let's see here. Let's see. Karen says, "The dog and I have 5 slices of bacon every morning. He only gets a little piece here and there." Oh, okay. If I burn the bacon, Brian will still eat it 100%. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. Typically go a lot longer, but today I have other stuff I need to accomplish. I love all your faces. I know it's ending early today. I have some things to take care of that are pressing matters. So, with that, I want to say thank you all so much for being here today. Maybe next week I will set it up and we'll do extra long because today is so short. Because typically we go much longer than an hour. We go 2 to 3 hours. And, you know, well, Cindy, you can go back and watch the replay. Okay. You don't even have to go super speed. Okay. I love all you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Truly hate to end it early, but like I said, I've got some pressing matters to take care of and other things that I need to handle today. And I love you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Please consider becoming a member so you can get your name in the credits like now.